On April 15th, 1996, the Toronto Raptors lost by 46 points to the New York Knicks. That was the largest loss in franchise history until today. The Toronto Raptors, April 3rd, 2024, have lost by 48 points to the Minnesota Timberwolves. How did this happen? Well, we're going to do our best to break it down in tonight's post-game show. So, the start of the game, I certainly would not have ruled out another historic performance by the Raptors to this degree. However, did not expect it to be like this. In the month of March, the Raptors set the record for their worst home loss in franchise history twice. They'd set it, then they broke it again in the span of a month. A week after losing by 44 at home to the New York Knicks, 145-101, the Raptors lose this one 133-85. Not only is this the most embarrassing loss in franchise history, the largest loss in franchise history, not only is this the historic day that will live in infamy for, who knows, maybe we might break it again on Friday, who knows, but what I'm trying to get at is not only has this happened to the Raptors today on court, it is the same day in which former Toronto Raptor Malachi Flynn scores 50 points in an NBA game for the Detroit Pistons and perhaps single-handedly saves his NBA career. Would have been poetic to lose by 50 on the same day Flynn drops 50, but this one is ugly. If you're watching on the live stream, the title of the stream is "This One Could Get Ugly." It got ugly, but we're gonna do our best to break down just how this one happened. Before we do that, want to remind you we're still doing content for the Raptors season. We're still doing watch parties. We're still doing post-game shows. If you do enjoy, please, I need you to hit that like button for me, for my sake. Please hit that like button. And remember to subscribe, because not only do we have content coming for the rest of the regular season, there is tons of content coming in the offseason and beyond as well. But, a day like this really reminds you. Yes, we suck. Yes, we have a bad lineup. Yes, we're going to get blown out every game. But we don't even have the fun little tank stories to go with it. Even in the Tampa season, we had random guys on a nightly basis scoring 30 points. Like Stanley Johnson had a 30-point game. Paul Watson Jr. had a 30-point game. Jalen Harris had a 30-point game. We had these fun little development sort of stories or fun individual stories to go with it. And a day like today reminds you that, Malachi Flynn had his 50-point game. Delano Banton is having a very insane run with the Portland Trailblazers. But, we don't get anything even close to like this. Nobody is stepping up. Nobody is having, just an outlier performance here. We stink, and it's just as bad as possible. We've lost by 40 points twice in a week. 44 plus twice in a week. And I get, the raw, this team stinks, okay? Look at the starting five. Emmanuel Quick and Grady Dick, great. Garrett Temple started. He might retire. You know what? After a game like today, he probably will retire at the end of the season. Jalen McDaniels is horrible at basketball, and he started today. This morning, Malik Williams woke up, and he was a G League player. He started and was very clearly out of place and was 0 of 7. Our bench was Mohamedou Gay, Jordan Nwora, and Javon Freeman Liberty. I get that team stinks, but let's go back to the Tampa Tank season and what was likely the worst lineup they ever used during that season. It was the final game of the season. The Raptors lost by 12 points to the Pacers, who had Sabonis, Brissett, Doug McDermott, Justin Holiday, Karis LeVert, like 5 real NBA players, okay? The starting 5 for the Raptors in that game was Malachi Flynn, Stanley Johnson, DeAndre Bembry, Kem Birch, and Freddie Gillespie. The only player who came off the bench was Aaron fucking Baines. You will have to do a lot of convincing to tell me that lineup is better than this one. But even throughout that Tampa season, the only game that got on the list here of like the worst losses in franchise history was the one against Cleveland, where they were decimated by COVID. Only 4 NBA players were fit to play, all 4 of which were bench players or worse. And they had 4 G League players called up on 10-day contracts just for this game. That is the only game from that Tampa season on this list. So, a lot of 2024 games on this list. So, a lot of 2024 games on this list. Only one 2021 game on this list. So, the point I'm making is, yes, the roster stinks, but, like, I think we're entitled as Raptors fans to expect maybe a little bit more out of this team. Like, Malik Williams just played his first ever NBA game. It looked out of place. Jay McDaniels is barely trying. Like, Nwora just takes any shot that like he even has a sort of thought about. Like, there really is no structure to what they're doing. It's just 5 guys on the floor having to shoot around. Shot quality is horrific. Like, I'm saying all this while also like managing the expectation. I would have expected them to lose by 20, 25 tonight. That's fine. That's like less than half of 48. Well, not 25, but I could have easily expected this team to lose by 20 points tonight. That's not even half of 48. So, as much as we're tanking and the roster sucks, we've had worse. You can't lose by 40. You can't lose by 40 every night. For a coach in his rookie season, you want to showcase like some ability, please. For the players here, Garrett Temple, who's a free agent, Jordan Nwora, who's a free agent, Mohamed Ugay, who's a free agent, Javon Freeman-Liberty, who's trying to earn a spot for next season. Like, can we have like some sort of additional push to try to avoid embarrassment like this? Because we're fans of this team. I'm gonna be a fan of this team. I'm gonna continue to be a fan of this team long term. A lot of these guys, they may not be here next season. Garrett Temple probably won't be here next season. Malik Williams, I assure you, is not getting an NBA contract. Mohamed Ugay probably won't be here next season. Jordan Nwora probably won't be here next season. Javon Freeman-Liberty probably won't be here next season. Jay McDaniels, I hope he's not here next season. So it may not matter to these guys. It does kind of matter to us. So I just feel a little bit better if it just felt like they gave a little bit more of a shit than they do. 37% shooting from the field for the Raptors, 23% from 3, 51% from the field for the Timberwolves, 47% from 3, 21 turnovers for the Raptors, 28 points off of those turnovers. That's a lot of turnovers, man. How many were Jalen McDaniels? Only 3. It felt like he had like 15. 5 from Freeman-Liberty, 4 from Nwora, 4 from Grady Dick. And a lot of these are unforced, just loose dribble for no reason. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, what do I really expect, right? What do I really expect from this team? Not much, but I assure you I can expect this team to keep the game within 45, maybe. Because there's been a lot of bad teams in Raptors history who've played a lot of good teams, and none of them lost by 48 ever until tonight. So 6 more games, guys. 6 more. 15 losses in a row. I can handle a losing streak, but I guess I can clearly handle it. I don't particularly love to see the Raptors continue to carpet bomb themselves over the list of largest losses in franchise history. 6 more. Bucks Friday. Oh, baby. Wizards Sunday. Pacers, Nets, Heat back-to-back. Tough. Well, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for joining in, hanging out with me tonight. But I'm out of here. Plenty more for the rest of the season, though. Keep it locked, drop a like, and make sure you're subscribed.